Howdy, good folks. Welcome to yet another episode of the Growth Chat. Today we have with us Ignazio Morici.
For me, the key are magnets.
It's a very relationship-driven game.
Then nurture someone that you already have on your database.
It's more like a washing machine.
Yes, it's a washing machine. And I will explain to you why.
I believe you. Ignazio, do you want to give us a quick intro about who you are, what you do?
Thank you so much, Abhinav. I'm Ignazio from Italy. I came from Power to Cloud. I'm the marketing manager of this company, and we are a digital transformation partner. So what we do basically is to help company from all over the world to jump on digital tools if they are the old school. So my work. It's to take our customer in a journey to improve their marketing processes, their marketing tools, their digital transformation.
Thank you so much, Ignazio. You are technically working in B2B, and in the recent past, the folks that I've had on the show have been attached to consumer businesses more than B2B, or they've spoken about consumer businesses and spoken about the consumer journey. I've never really had the chance to do much of chats around B2B email marketing. And, one common misconception B2B email marketing has is sometimes people confuse it with outbound, because that's also, there are a different kind of emails also that work in B2B, and outbound prospecting is a very big channel for a lot of big companies to drive sales. Now, when we're talking about email marketing, B2B email marketing, how does B2B email marketing look like? What are the metrics that someone optimizes there for? First of all, can you list down certain use cases? I know we're going to be talking about lead qualification, but let's start with that.
Okay, yes. Let's start from the strategy. I would say that because everything starts from the strategy and from the data you have basically in B2B especially. From my point of view, there are in every B2B email marketing strategy there are several goals that are always the same, and three are the main one. I know that I will be more generic, but if you want, we can go deep dive inside them. So the lead generation with the email marketing, and especially with the email marketing automation. After that, the nurturing of the people. So you can set up an email marketing automation to nurture your audience, to make them grow with educational content or everything that can push them evaluate in a better way your brand or your products or even just your services. And then the delightful part, because in a post-sale scenario, so when you have already sold your product or your service, for me, for us, for B2B marketer, I think that there's no an end of the relationship. Everything is just started, because you can always think about an upsell, a cross-sell, or about asking for new information to improve your products. So these are the huge goal that I consider when I speak with my colleagues in the B2B sector. And the KPI or the metrics that I focus on especially are pretty much the same, the ones of the B2C market, like the open rate, the click-through open rate, the click-through rate. But there is also another one, goal achievement. I call it like this. So it's possible, and I saw it especially in the B2B, that your email doesn't perform so well, okay, but you reach your goal. That could be, I don't know, a download of some document or booking some call. So it's not strictly related to the email marketing strategy itself, okay, the email marketing performance itself, maybe it's better to say like this, but the email marketing automation and strategy and the tools will drive you on that. So this is what I see when I look at the email marketing in the B2B.
Broadly, you said, yes, you can use email marketing for lead generation. Second is lead nurturing. And once you've closed the customer, I mean, there are B2B is known for the renewals and upsells and expansion. It's a very relationship driven game, and you need to maintain that relationship via some sort of touch points, and email could be one of that. Now, there is, sure, we spoke about lead nurturing, we spoke about lead generation. Now, there is, if you follow the typical or the age old B2B marketing slash sales funnel, you generate leads. There
Yeah.
are MQLs for those who don't know, are marketing qualified leads. Then there are SQLs, sales qualified leads. Then there are SALs, sales accepted leads. Here's my understanding: marketing qualified leads are leads that are qualified for marketing, in the sense it makes sense to send them emails and communication to them, because they will someday become sales ready, and that's when they will become sales qualified leads. Now, this qualification, qualified, in all these MQLs and SQLs, there's a letter called Q, and that stands for qualified. What is lead qualification? What does it mean?
I think that the qualification is the center of the 80% of the work of the marketing and sales team. In few words, it's a process that allows you as a company to evaluate the potential customer, and to evaluate not only if the customer is ready, but it's ready about what person that you have on the other side, it's qualified to take decision. So this is the lead qualification process for me. And for me, what I saw that was working so much, it was to shift your especially in B2B, but not only, to shift your way of thinking from the funnel to another tool that is called flywheel. You can imagine a circle, okay, in which you have all the stages of the funnel, but at the bottom of the funnel, the person will enter again inside the funnel itself, okay? And is working on the fact that acquiring a new customer costs you really so much than nurture someone that you already have on your database. Why? Because you already qualified that person. So the qualification is at the center of everything that you do.
What you're saying is, just summarizing, when you talk about qualification, it's more about, hey, can the person who I'm talking to, who I'm marketing to, can they take decisions, or can they influence decisions? Then you ended up telling me about funnel, and how, I mean, in a way, correct me if I'm wrong, you're signaling that the funnel is dead. We're living in a flywheel, or more like, it's more like a system. It's more like a washing machine.
Yes, it's a washing machine. It's a washing machine. It's cool.
Where you keep the person in there and you keep marketing to him, because the funnel, funnel as a concept ends somewhere. The moment you've become from a prospect to a customer, the funnel's ended. The funnel's job is over. Now tell me, how is qualification being done today? I understand I understand the motive of qualification. That is, hey, I need to know whether I'm wasting my time or not wasting my time. Because am I talking to the right person, or am I talking to a 15-year-old kid who can never be my customer? Okay, once I've known that, I can move forward. But how do I know that?
Just let me a bit continue what you said before. Qualifying for me is not just to identify if the person is interested or not, but if the person is not interested, I will always segment that person, and I will offer to that person the right message in the right moment, in another path that is not an immediate path to become a customer. But at the same time, qualified people means understanding who is ready, because you have a limited sales team, okay? So you cannot make 2,000 call every day, qualification calls. I mean, if you work especially in the B2B, where
what does a qualification call look like? What do you do in a qualification call? Like, what do you talk?
I listen a lot. This is my suggestion. You already know that your marketing colleagues qualified that lead in their way, so they are giving to you a person that is interested to the product or to the brand. So in my opinion, you have to, write your question, and my question are about budget, authority, needs, and time. So these four things that build a framework, a really, really powerful and popular framework in
And
qualification.
you spoke about BANT, BANT,
Yes,
budget, authority, need, and time.
you can do that. So the qualification via call, so with a
Mhm.
sales qualification call, or you can do it via marketing email. It's not like the human touch, but it
Mm.
can be if you are building a great marketing automation strategy and a good workflow, so a good automation. For example, just to mention a software that is really powerful, so MailModo. With MailModo, you can have inside your email, you can have a form and you can collect information. Today, you fill a form in which you leave to me just your email. Tomorrow, I will explicitly ask to you in a nurturing automation via email. I will ask you your name and surname just to have a more personal interaction.
We've spoken about lead qualification. Lead qualification means if the person has the budget, need, authority, and time. And that's the BANT framework. But here we're talking about, hey, how can we use emails to qualify leads? How do we kind of bypass the cumbersome process of salesperson calling every lead?
Never send an email, even not automated, if it's not necessary. If it doesn't help the person who will receive that email. This will help you to grow your open rate, your click-through rate. Basically, the interest of the people is I think the most difficult thing that especially a B2B marketer is facing right now. Gaining the attention is the pain point of our century, I think. And that one is the point. So I would suggest you to start segmenting your data, your contacts, not just in groups, but also paying attention so much on the behavior. A lot of time when I have a huge CRM, so a huge software with a lot of data that is helping me to grow the relationship with the people, I always segment lists, not only basing on the job title or maybe the interest or maybe the subscription they had with the company I'm with, but also about the action they have made. So if they are used to click call to action, if they used to open email, if they used to interact with my social post, maybe there are a lot of CRM that does these kind of things. So the first things for me to start qualifying via email is to start collecting the right data. When you do that, you have to put the data in the right places, in the right properties, in the right groups of properties. And this means building a great data model so that when you have all this group of people, you can send to them email basing on their behavioral preferences.
Understood segmentation. Understood how you should evaluate and take the various data points and
yes, your first party data.
Yes. My concern now is what are these kind of emails? Like what is the kind of messaging? What are the kind of offers? Are you sending ebooks? Are you sending checklists? Are you sending something else? What are you doing?
For me, the key are magnets. So in every form
lead magnets.
Yes, lead magnets.
Okay.
So and I will explain to you why.
Sure.
I use a lot a technique that is called progressive fields in forms. What does it mean? It means that the form is connected to your entire technological ecosystem and is able to is completely integrated and is able to understand where a person is already in your CRM, maybe via a cookie or when the person is logged in in some area, of your website. In that case, my form will never ask you the same questions. So what I do is I announce via email usually that I have an amazing checklist or an amazing ebook or some really, really valuable content that I saw that often it works when it makes people earn back their money. So if you make people waste less time the next time they have to do something. So yes, everything that could be on this goal. So I announced it via email, and the subject of the email is really important on that. And after that, on the form, I use this technology, for example, to just ask new data. In this way, I can better qualify people. Also, there is another method that you can use. Okay. So if you use smart CTAs inside your email that act basing on your data, what data you already have, you can give to the person that is reading different paths basing on different attitude of the people or different that data you have. This is mainly one of my strategy. Another one that is more complex is lead scores. So especially if you have a CRM, this is really simple to do. You can just give points or subtract points to the score basing on the behaviors of the person. So if someone is opening an email in the last 30 days, I will add the point. If someone is clicking a CTA, I will give that person 5 points. Then at the end of the month, when I would like to send an email to all my customer base to try to qualify them better, I can segment my audience by that score. So I will have the cold people, the medium people, the hot people. I was reading something really incredible. It was a research from Accenture, if I remember well. The 83% of consumer who receive a more personalized experience, or even that have the promise of a more personalized experience, are willing more to share their data. This is a good loop in which you can put your audience, because you can, in my opinion, you can ask the permission to contact someone and the data of that person if you give back something useful.
Got it. Now, Ignazio, I've understood the flow. Can you give me a certain story that how people have done this thing, or how you've done this thing? Can you give me some examples so that
I followed for a lot of months a company that was a huge company with an amazing e-commerce based here in Italy. They didn't have like marketing automation email for nurturing. They were preparing every week an email. Okay, they were sending with to different clusters, so different groups of people, of leads. And they were personalizing that email with real time, so like guerrilla marketing contents.
You want to name the company?
I cannot, because I have an NDA with them. But I promise that it's true. But
I believe you.
So these people were doing every week like a good email with a crazy like news for that segment, for that product. And at the same time, the other half of the email was dedicated to the nurturing part of the relationship and the qualification part of the relationship. Then what happened? That of course, the nurturing model was always the same. So the person in the database were growing. Okay, they were growing in terms of education, in terms of understanding of the product, of the brand. So after a while, they were having really issues in making the email be open by the people.
Right.
They didn't give the right message to the right people anymore. So when we started our journey together, I made a deep brief, because they had like a database of 150,000 leads. And we just designed different personas, different clusters, basing on data we had, as I told you before. And there were like 3 personas. So nothing is special. So nurturing the people through time with the same email for everyone, but in different steps with different type of complexities of contents, we had incredible results, like reducing the bounce rate for 10%, increasing the open rate by 13%. That is huge if you think about these percentages. And this is amazing, because what we have done, it was just to stop, to wait a minute and understand better, what do you want? What do you feel that is useful? There is a phenomenon that is called gray mail. So the fact that people doesn't care anymore about your email because they get used to receive them, more of them, or your content are not interested in this. I think that with marketing email and with marketing automation, we are able today to understand when this phenomenon is happening. And when it's happening, it's time to stop sending email for a week, for a month. So these are my suggestion for the marketing email and the automation in qualification especially.
Cool. So what we're going to do, I think for this session, we're going to send it to people on email and entertain things as they come, to the recording. And we're going to reach back to Ignazio and, ask him for his thoughts if there are questions on the recording of the session. But lovely having you, Ignazio. Thank you, folks.
Thank you so much
for joining us. This was great. Have a great day ahead.
It was amazing.
Happy weekend.
Thank you so much. Bye. Bye,
Happy
everyone.
Weekend, everyone. See you.
Ciao.